Next on location.
Alright, today we're in Hyde Park. We're going to look around a bit. I'm going to show you some comic books at a particular location. We just past Marble Arch, but it's all covered over. I think it must be being cleaned up or something. But anyway, Hyde Park here, we've got some information about Speaker's Corner. That's where people can come and talk about whatever controversies they want. Lots of religious people there of various extractions. I've always wanted to come dressed in a kind of like cultist robe and like talk about Cthulhu at the top of my voice. So it's been something that I thought would be cool. Anyway, let's have a quick look around. Camera panning too fast. There's Marble Arch over there, but unfortunately so it's covered over. I think it must be clean up or something. So it's a nice bit of Hyde Park, and there's a particular thing that we need to come and we're coming to look for. I'm not too sure where it is, so I'll have to see if I can find some signs. There you go. Hecklers at Speaker's Corners. Hecklers are described as snipers, quality control, discussants, destabilizers and inquirers. So there you go. If I'm going to come here and talk about Cthulhu and tell people that the stars are almost right, then I may get some feedback. And I think many moons ago, babe, didn't we come here for our first date?
Yeah.
We went to the pub first, met in the pub first, didn't we?
Picnic.
Yeah, and then we had a picnic here in the park.
And then we went to the pub.
Yeah. Did we go to the pub afterwards? I don't remember.
Yeah, that was afterwards.
Oh, we went to York? No, I can't remember now.
No, because we came early.
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Mixing my dates up together probably. Is that the date when I first came back to yours? Or was it the week after that I did that?
I don't remember.
I think it was the week after that.
I remember a long time ago.
I know. So, right, let's go check out this sign, see if it tells us where I want to be, where we want to be going. So, oh, we've got Peter Pan up here. I didn't know there was anything to do with Peter Pan. Could have bought some Peter Pan related comics if I've got such a thing. I don't know if I do. Kensington Palace and Gardens, Hyde Park Corner, Knightsbridge, where the expensive shops are. Toilets, I'm not showing you any toilet related ones, but the Serpentine's down here. Diana, Princess of Wales, no, not interested in that. Reformers Tree, Rangers Lodge. I can't see a sign showing where I want to go, so maybe it's on the other side of the park. Let's keep looking, eh?
We'll walk to the Serpentine.
Yeah, let's walk to the Serpentine. I should have bought some snake-related comics to show.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Serpentine River, named after serpents. Sorry?
Do you want to go on the boats?
Do I want to go on the boats? But I haven't bought any boat-related comics, so I can't go on the boats.
Go and have a paddle up the Serpentine.
Hyde Park is a royal park covering 350 acres, forming an essential green lung within the centre of London. In addition to its flowers and fauna, it is home to Speaker's Corner, the Serpentine Lake and the Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fountain. Hyde Park was originally the home to the monks of Westminster, with the land donated to them by Geoffrey de Manville, the first Earl of Essex. The land was taken over by Henry VIII in 1536 and became a hunting ground. It was also used sporadically as a site for military encampments, From the 1600s to the 1800s, Hyde Park was a fashionable site in which London's aristocracy could promenade, ride and be seen. In 1851, the Royal Parks of London became public parks under the Crown Lands Act. That same year, the park hosted the Great Exhibition of 1851, the centrepiece of which was the Crystal Palace designed by Joseph Paxton. Speaker's Corner, near Marble Arch, has been a site for free speech since the 1800s and provided the stage for historic orators like Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, George Orwell and suffragettes.
No, just hello. Right, that might be what we're looking for, the memorial. Unless that's the Princess Diana Memorial, which I'm not interested in. No, we've got a Norwegian War Memorial. Speak Monument, Peter Pan statue, Physical Energy. Should have bought some Peter Pan comics with me, but I don't know if I've got any. Statue of Byron, Achilles Gate, the Joy of Life Fountain.
Oh, the Rose Garden.
Diana Huntress Fountain, the Boy and Dolphin Fountain. There's quite a lot of fountains around here. I wonder if I've got any fountain comic books. Queen Caroline, Del Bridge.
Right, Helen.
So a key. You see it on the sign. So after going all around the houses, we've come back where we were a while back, and this is where we're going, the Hudson Memorial. But why are we going there? Ooh, stick around to find out.
William Henry Hudson was born in Argentina on the 4th of August 1841, where he was known as Guillermo Enrique Hudson. He was an Anglo-Argentine author, naturalist and ornithologist. Born in the Argentine Pampas, he observed bird life and collected specimens for the Smithsonian Institution. There are 2 Patagonian birds named after him, Hudson's Black Tyrant and Hudson's Canastero. He would later go on to write prolifically both fiction and non-fiction, with his collective works running to 24 volumes. In 1874, Hudson relocated to England. After arrival, he was initially unable to find work and slept in Hyde Park. Later, he found work writing for magazines, which led to him writing several books on nature, such as Argentine Ornithology, 1888, and Idle Days in Patagonia, 1893. He also wrote several books about the English countryside, which helped foster the Back to Nature movement of the 1920s and 1930s. He was a supporter of the Society for Protection of Birds from its early days, and was often the only man who sat in the meetings. Hudson became a British citizen in 1900, and in 1901 he received a civil list pension of £150 per year for his writing on natural history. He began to write fiction. His work included Purple Land, 1904, A Crystal Age, 1906, Tales of the Pampas, 1916, and A Little Boy Lost, 1905. He died on 18th of August 1922 and was buried in Broadwater and Worthing Cemetery. He left some bequests, but nearly his entire estate of £8,225 was left to the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds. In 1925, a memorial to him was inaugurated in Hyde Park by Stanley Baldwin, a stone panel made by Jacob Epstein with engravings by the designer Elric. It stands in the Hudson Memorial Bird Sanctuary in Hyde Park, not far from where he slept upon arrival to England.
Stop for lunch. Right, so we finally found it. Took a while, we went around in circles a little bit, and right, so this is a statue by someone called Epstein. I will put more information, say more information, I don't got it on my head, but when I do the video I'll show it. And it's for someone called W.H. Holden, I believe, and here is it's a bas relief. At one point they were going to have a bird sanctuary here, and so they tied it in with W.H. Holden, because of a character that he created in one of his books that he did. I'll tell you more about him in the edit. So this bas relief here, we can't get right up to it unfortunately. We can get close enough. This is a character called Rima the Bird Girl, taken from his book Green Mansions, which I think came out in 1908, I think it was, and so she predates Tarzan, so and definitely predates Sheena and all them other wannabes. But here we have a bas relief. I think it was someone called Epstein who did it. Apparently it caused quite some controversy when it was first opened, or unveiled rather, in 1924, because Diddy's, you can see Diddy's on it. In 1924 that would have been most likely frowned upon. It's a nice little pond there as well by the looks of it. I can't really see very well. Being followed by a dog. I've become Graham the dog man. Right, this sanctuary for birds is dedicated in the memory of W.H. Hudson, writer and field naturalist. So there you go. So this, I think way back in the 20s, this was going to be a bird sanctuary. I don't know if it was ever actually made into a bird sanctuary, but I mean, obviously there are birds around. Right, and I do have some Rima the Jungle Book, Rima the Jungle Girl comics to show you. So what does this say? This sanctuary, once again the sun is flashing, I can't see the actual screen I'm looking at. This sanctuary for birds is dedicated to the memory of W.H. Hudson, writer and field naturalist. We just basically saw that already on the other little plaque. So, Rima the Jungle Girl, Rima the Bird Girl, as she is as known.
In his autobiography, Let There Be Sculpture in 1940, Jacob Epstein himself described the controversy in his book, and especially in the petition. A letter demanding the removal of the memorial with as little delay as possible appeared in the Morning Post, November 1924, signed by a number of noted persons, including Lady Frances Balfour, Hilaire Belloc, E.F. Benson, the Honourable Stephen Coleridge, the Honourable John Collier and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and more. This manifesto declared that Epstein's design was, by universal consent, so inappropriate and even repellent that the most fitting course open to the authorities would be to have it removed bodily. It would be a reproach to all concerned if future generations were allowed to imagine that this piece of artistic anarchy in any way reflected the true spirit of the age.
Right, I've got a little bit more information here. Hudson Memorial. The Hudson Memorial Bird Sanctuary is a carved stone memorial created in 1924 to commemorate the 19th century writer and naturalist William Henry Hudson. He was a founding member of the Royal Society for the Protection of Birds and campaigned for wild areas in parks at a time when they were always neat and tidy. The carving by Sir Jacob Epstein represents Rima, the child goddess of nature, who featured in Hudson's novel Green Mansions, published in 1904. The engravings are by the designer Elric. Today this area is a refuge for small birds. Different habitats have been created around the memorial to encourage biodiversity. The pond feature is a water source for wildlife and attracts smooth newts. Flowers in the low flowering lawn and wildflower meadows support pollinating insects, which in turn provide food for birds like pied wagtails. Ants, a favourite of green woodpeckers, thrive in grassland habitats. Damp, shady areas are perfect for slugs and snails eaten by song thrushes, whilst wrens and blackbirds hunt for invertebrates in leaf litter beneath shrubs and trees. So there you are. You've got lots of shadow and the light may not be as good as I hoped it could be. I hope there'd be like a bearded tit, because, you know, bearded tits, very reminiscent of me. We've got a long-tailed tit, blue tit, nice pair of tits there. Can't go wrong with that. So
Green Mansions was made into a film in 1959. Directed by Mel Ferrer, it starred Audrey Hepburn as Rima, a jungle girl who falls in love with a Venezuelan traveller, played by Anthony Perkins.
So with Rima in the background, let me show you my Rima comics. First I have the Classics Illustrated of Green Mansions by W.H. Hudson. As I say, wrote this in 1904. It predates Tarzan, so it's like, as far as I know, it's the first jungle person kind of comic book. I don't know, maybe the Jungle Book came first, probably Kipling, Rudyard Kipling, maybe, so that probably came first. But this is, yeah, this I think is possibly one of my oldest books, because this might be the 1950 version, but don't quote me on it, because there's lots of different reprints of this and I can never work out how it goes. Right, here's Rima, the Jungle Girl #1. Now this is, I really enjoyed this run actually. I didn't think I was going to be, you know, I had one comic of it. I don't know where I even got it from. I might have got it from a jumble sale when I was a kid or something. I really have no idea. But when I was going through my comic books and I started recollecting again, I thought, why not try and finish this run off, because there's not many in it. And I just loved it. It was so good. That's why I got the Green Mansions one as well, because I really enjoyed the character. I really thought it was a really good take. It's not like the old Tarzan swinging from trees and that. She's more like an ethereal jungle spirit. Like she speaks to the birds. She wears spider web clothing. This was the first one I actually had, because this is in the worst shape. But all the covers are by Joe Kubert, and they're absolutely lovely, even though he's more known for his war stuff. This jungle stuff, I know I did a lot of Tarzan stuff as well, didn't he, I believe? But these covers are really great, and the interior art by Nestor Redondo is just amazing. He really captures the beauty and the ethereal quality of Rima the bird girl, or Rima the jungle girl, as she's known in the comic book. I suppose Rima the bird girl didn't have quite so much of a ring to it as Rima the jungle girl. But yeah, she can speak to the birds and she can tame the animals, that kind of thing. But yeah, it's a cool, interesting little run actually. I rather enjoyed this, and not very long run at all either. And there's no like really expensive ones in the run either, in the series either. So there we have tribute to W.H. Hudson, Rima the jungle girl. So I couldn't see if there was a bush in the way, but it's just the shadow over it. Let's just zoom in on that. And this has been Comics and Location. Thanks for joining us. Okay, I got it. And if you want to make any of your own, Comics on Location videos, feel free to tag me in them so I can see them. And thanks for watching. And come back another time for some more Comics on Location.